Yeah.
time.
I mean, if the Senate had the will, they could move quickly. The difference between this impeachment and the previous impeachment, of the many, many differences, or any other impeachment that took place, is that there will be a single article of impeachment, and it will be based on everything everybody already knows. I mean, there's not a whole lot of disputing the facts because we saw it happen before our very eyes in real time. The question that we as a Congress have to ask ourselves is whether or not what we know and what we saw, not the things that we're going to have competing testimony about, but what we know and what we saw rises to the level of disqualification for the office. My answer on that is, yeah, that's a pretty simple conclusion for me to come to. But it also is important to note that even if the Senate does what we expect, and that Mitch McConnell said that his plan, cynically, would be to take up the impeachment trial and start it an hour before Joe Biden is sworn in, or an hour after Joe Biden. He won't have any authority the hour after Joe Biden is sworn in, because then Kamala Harris is the president of the Senate, and Democrats are in control, and Mitch McConnell becomes the minority leader. So when he talks about bringing it up on the 19th, that's because he wants to be able to set that in motion, because he wants to hamstring Joe Biden. Our intention perhaps would be to not send the impeachment articles over to the Senate, because it's important to remove the president. The most efficient way to remove the president is the 25th Amendment, because it happens just like that. As soon as a majority of the cabinet and the vice president move, we've got that done. We, on the other hand, are hamstrung by a divided, at least for now, divided Congress, and Mitch McConnell, despite his protestation to the contrary, still continues to accommodate Donald Trump. So, but it's important still to move forward on impeachment, because there is a consequence. There's an historic consequence, and there is a practical consequence of barring this dangerous, deranged person from ever holding office again. And people say, well, he will never get elected. I never thought he'd get elected in the first place. And I didn't expect that even now, 30% of the American people still stand with him. That's enough to win the Republican nomination if it were happening next week. That ought to scare everybody.